Leo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your reading for mid-November. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Let's jump right in. We're going to do a key oracle message to start off the reading today. Thank you for tuning in, for sharing this time and space with me. It's been quite a week. I just did Sagittarius reading. We were talking about the 11-11 portal a bit. We're switching from Scorpio into Sagittarius season. Woo, going from that deep collective shadow, hopefully to a little bit more playfulness. We'll see what the energies bring in. What a week, you all. Let's get started. Leo. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Leo today. All right. What are the frequencies? Let me raise this. I have a feeling I'm going to keep hitting this mic as close as it is. There we go. We'll move that out of the way. My shuffling. All right. What's going on here for you all, Leos? The Rainbow Bridge. Hope. Some of you maybe have lost some pets recently. Whenever I see the Rainbow Bridge, I always think of our beloved pets that are always there by our side, whether they're here physically or not. My dog has been leaning into the cuddles lately, I think because the weather's turning, but so much comfort and unconditional love. So all of you, whatever you're going through right now, Leo, let those pets love on you. It's what they're here for, right? Nourish the soul. They're here to help nourish the soul. Leo, hope. Loved ones that have crossed over are sending you a message of love and strength. Grieving a person, pet, or situation is difficult to move through. Honor your healing process with patience and be surrounded by support and love. Oh, that's what this card actually means. I don't know this deck that well. It's a new one off of Etsy. I think I've only used it one other time, but your loved ones, especially through the thinning of the veil at this time. Some of you could have a lot of memories, messages from your ancestors, from your pets, maybe in your dream state. And then nourish the soul. Let me show you that one. Beautiful rainbow. And this is the reflection of light through the melding of all the colors. Spirit's really going to be bringing in unity consciousness this week for the 11-11 portal. I'm telling you, it's the timeline the Lightworker Collective is being called to walk upon, right? To model, all right? Priorities, Leo. Nourish. I thought it said, you're going to have to forgive me whenever I talk about words, but sometimes maybe it's meant to come out that way. Nourish the soul. But the card actually says, nourish the soil. Priorities. What are you going to nourish? The second half of, we got to keep the laughter, right? Nourish all areas that hold value to prevent them from perishing from lack of attention. At times you can get hyper-focused on one thing, then the rest of your life feels neglected. Okay, this is about the proper balance you need. Don't neglect certain parts of your life with that barren desert on one side and then this beautiful harvest. So you could be overworking yourself in one aspect of your life, over hyper-focused, and neglecting all other areas. So be careful with getting myopic in your energy focus. You really want to create more balance. Some of you, this is your work-life balance, right? Let's get into the tarot now and see what the tarot has to bring. Rainbow Bridge and nourish the soil, right? Nourish the seeds that you have planted. Ooh, ouch. What's going on here? Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Maybe putting an end to any kind of scarcity fears. The Fool and the Ten of Swords. Ooh, what's going on? Ending one cycle, beginning another. My doggie just went up for her nap. Let's see. All right, overall general energy. And then we're going to talk about the opportunity and challenge for the rest of the month. All right, those want to come out. Ten of Swords came out in the pre-shuffle. Something is ending. Ten of Swords is like, there's no way around it, y'all. It could be a limiting belief. It could be a soul contract. It could be moving away, right? Leaving a home. I mean, we have these we have these points in our lives where we have to face an ending, So that is what you were doing, okay? And it could be right this rainbow bridge. You could have lost a loved one physically or emotionally, right? When I say physically, it means they've crossed over. Emotionally means has been a breakup or a dissolution of the friendship or the family tie. Whatever it is that's ending, we're going to talk about it, okay? Opportunity, death, rebirth. This is Scorpio season. This is truly the end of something in your life that is affecting your energy frequency the second half of November. Now we have the opportunity's death. The challenge is accepting this change and coming back into a balance again. As you can see, doesn't that look hard? Can you imagine standing on top of a circle and standing on one leg and finding balance in that? This is the pull, right? The tie of duality. I'm seeing it a lot in the collective. This is also the collective duality of jumping a timeline, literally. And you want to pick the timeline in your frequency over what feels the most balanced, Leo. Man, this is like, I wasn't a reader during COVID, y'all, but I feel like being a U.S. reader right now, it's like, good Lord. I'm like really, and I'm calling upon all of you to step up too in your self-care, right? This is the time when we're feeling like it's that speeding up. And I read about this years ago in some of the channeled books I was reading about. Time, frequency is going to speed up. And we're going to be ascending, right, in our light bodies. And things are going to feel intense. So there's an intensity to this reading, Leo. And so I even want to ground my energy right now reading in it. So make sure that you're doing fierce self-care practices the second half of November. Okay, so you can feel more in balance. Don't neglect certain areas of your life, especially when it comes to your self-care. We're talking about proper hydration, proper snacks. It's all about hydration, snacks, right? Those two things, and sleep. Hydration, snacks, sleep. Okay, and not necessarily that order. So what do we have in the future? I love this. 6 of Wands. Okay, perfect. Now, what's at the bottom of the deck? That's what you do not see coming. The Fool with the King of Swords. Ooh, Force, did you see that? I accidentally went, choo! I just flung the King of Swords. And underneath that, Four of Swords. So you're going through a process of healing at this time, overcoming an ending, welcoming the change, the rebirth, the shedding of the old skin. And I feel like there's just a little part of you that's like, this is hard. It is. Healing is hard, okay? I'm not going to lie. Healing is hard, but you're doing it and you're going to do it, and I'm going to help you through it. King of Swords, okay, with the Fool and the Seven of Wands. Okay, let's talk about these. We're going to talk about the imagery a little bit. Ten of Swords, she's being carried here. This signifies movement. You're not stuck here, okay? This is a stage, right? A stage of loss, a stage of letting go, a stage of grief. Everything has its time. And right now, she is stepping into uncertainty, and she's welcoming that. You can see the wind is blowing her dress, signaling movement. And all of these are moving in one particular direction, however slowly they are, which is towards the future. You're looking ahead into the future, and you're recognizing that this had to come to an end, okay? Now, we see new growth and the light of hope through the trees here with the Reaper, right? We even have the Grim Reaper symbol here. It's very kind of bled over into this figure here, enshrouded in the uncertainty. We have actually up here the light of the cosmos and the constellations signaling the cycles of life. It is never ending. I'm seeing a lot of significant change in the fire signs around death, rebirth, letting go. And the infinite process of our own evolution, right? The infinity here in the center of it all, between death and rebirth. Major arcana and the opportunity and the challenge for the rest of the month, Leos, okay? And we have another major arcana signaling what you don't see coming. So this is a very powerful time. It's not just, oh, we're skipping down the street. It's like a light 2 weeks for you. No, you're wrapping up some painful lessons. Now we have the wheel. The wheel is always spinning, y'all. We have a little bit of the seed of life behind her, signaling that's just part of our reality is change. And do you want to master the changes over your life? I'm hearing changes. Going through changes. Is that a Stevie Nicks song? I'm going through changes and I'm built my life around you. Time makes you older. Children get older, or time makes you whatever. I'm butchering those lyrics, but you might want to hear that song. That's what it feels like. And she's got the dice around her neck saying, life is full of change, but you got to keep taking those risks, you all. You don't give up on your path, because what you don't see coming here in the near future, beyond, in the great beyond here with the fool's journey where you're headed next. Right now, it's time for you to rise above, and this is a signal of completion, reward, and recognition with that wreath. Whenever we see the wreath in the tarot, it shows up about 4 times. We have it in the world. We have it in the 6 of Wands. I can't remember the other 2 right now, but you were being seen and recognized for your efforts? Do you hear the applause? It's time to raise your hands up to the universe and welcome in a new beginning where you were headed has a lot to do with you growing wise on your path and pulling your energy inward in a bubble of protection. As you can see, she's finding her zen. Whatever you felt recently attacked about, you're rising above at this time and you're rediscovering self. Okay? There's a lot of transformation. Look at all of these winged messengers around the King of Swords. These are all the thoughts that you're gaining mastery over. This is a wisdom on the path. And now she's got a lot of, this is amethyst that she's holding out, and she's trusting this rod to hold her. Her feet are a little bit stuck, signaling she may feel a little stuck and doesn't want to let go. I don't want to let go. I don't want to trust the process and the unfolding of my life. This is the seed of life, the whirlpool, right, of change. And trusting in the process of change. She's trying to lean into her intuition and trust in spirit. Okay. So that's all the imagery. Let's now dive deeper, you all. Let's dive deeper, Leo. Let's talk about this ending. Every ending holds within it a new beginning. One door closes, another door opens. Yeah, you're like, Jenna, yeah. Enough of the cliches, right? Endings suck. But you know what? Once you get through it's the acceptance that's hard. It's the acceptance, right? It's hard to accept endings. But once you do, it makes it a lot easier. And that's what I think you're starting to understand. The more I embrace change and I accept what needs to end, the easier my life will be. All right, let's see. What's this 10 of Swords? Ooh, this was something that was a part of your support system. And you're being asked to lean into your support system and lighten up your energy. Okay, we have a lot of fire energy showing up around this mental activity. You could be still kind of sifting and sorting through the remnants of an ending, but I see the energy really lightening up for you. Ooh. All right, here we go. 9 of Swords with the Page of Wands, 4 of Wands. Some of you may not have ended a situation yet, because we're going backwards here. We're clarifying the 10 and we're going to the 9. So you could be contemplating ending something or finally putting like the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, over something, because the 9 is so close to that 10. And if you're teetering between the two, you could be struggling with accepting this. And the sooner you do, the better you will feel. Because here we have the 4 of Wands and the Page of Wands. Sorry. It's like, the more we accept what needs to end in our lives, whether it's a limiting belief, an actual person, letting go of a recent loss, which I apologize to anyone going through any kind of loss at this time. And it's really being, holiday time. We're marching into holiday season. And this is a time that can be very hard for people, very heavy. And a lot of us are losing our hope in humanity, one way or the other. I'm not going to express my political beliefs, but no matter which way this election was going to go in the States, there would have been some loss of hope in humanity, right, for either side. So we're facing big collective themes and individual life themes, but they're clashing. And I feel like the best that we can do as a collective right now in our individual lives is face the uncertainty and get by with a little help from our support system and our friends. This is our families, right? This is also the symbolic of a rite of passage in your life and celebrating some sort of rite of passage. Some of you are stressing over what's next after something that has come to an end. Some of you, it might be a gentle end, like, oh, it's time for me to leave, to retire. It's time for me to move to a new home and saying goodbye. Some Ten of Swords can sometimes signal a painful ending, but it doesn't mean you were betrayed. It just means something has come to an end. And Spirit is saying, try not to stress about this. You will, but try not to, because this is when I'm reminded of our eternal existence. And the more you remember that, no matter what changes in your life or what you have to release, some of you are just letting go of an old cycle and things are shifting, and trying not to feel nervous about the energy shifting, because what it allows us to do is transform. But back to the eternal existence. My daughter and I were watching, I won't give away the spoilers, but she was a big fan of Outer Banks. And there is this scene in this last season around death. And, one of the main characters says, we're all going to die one day. We're going to lose friends. We're going to lose family members. And it's a part of life. And then in my back of my mind, I'm watching that. And I look at my daughter, I said, yeah, but death isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something new. And that's how I look at it, y'all. And it does help. Some people may think that's foolish. Anyone who's an atheist out there, hey, and if you're watching tarot and you're an atheist, good luck to you. But no judgment. We all get to believe what we want. But I am of the knowing, because I talk to spirits all the time, that this is not the end. I believe in the continuity of the soul. And I encourage you to look beyond our physical 3D reality, and you will see evidence every day. I could look at a leaf and look at the wonder of it all. I could look into my child's face and look at the wonder of it all. I can look at me being inside of a body and the wonder of it all. Wake up to the dawn of a new day and all of these things that keep on going, right? The world keeps spinning, the sun keeps rising, and we get to experience that. So I always go to the bigger thinking when I'm faced with anything painful, because it is, everything is so fleeting, you all. And while it may seem so serious, what is it? Life is but a dream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what's going on in the energies. This 11/11 portal juxtapositioned with this election. I don't know why, but I'm feeling very nostalgic for the simplicity of previous decades. But we knew this time was coming, you all, and we are prepared for it. So I'm sorry if I'm being long-winded. I think you all are following me. Nourish the soil, right? Nourish the soil. Wherever you place your attention right now matters. Nourish the soil of your being, of your totality. Yeah, and here we are. Queen of Pentacles, nourish the soil. And what was interesting is this fell on the table here. It started to spin. So as you nourish the soil over what it is that you are creating in your rebirth, you're trying to find clarity around what's going to be the long-term plan for you at this time, Leo. Queen of Pentacles, she births and grows things, all right? She is one step toward the Empress in that realm, where she's holding her pentacle and she's like, I created this. Look at everything that I am a manifester. This is not just the Queen of Wands, like mastering the law of attraction. This is, I have utilized the law of attraction and look at everything I have created around me. There's some sort of fated new beginning going on in your frequency coming in, Leo, and you needed to find the truth of the situation. It's not, there's some uncertainty around you discovering some truth around the reality you're trying to create in a brand new vibration of abundance for you. But it requires you to cut. It's like separating the wheat from the chaff. Is that the right word? Where it's like, what is it that you truly want to nourish that will help birth more abundance for you? And what kind of new ideas do you want to bring in around that? New people, some of you. Let's look at this wheel and how it's turning. Oh, there's one more that needs to go with this death. They just said, wait a minute, there's one more, Jenna. That wants to come out sideways. Yeah. You're coming out, you're trying to find clarity. Yeah, this is big work. You're doing the big work, Leo. Boy, you're doing the big work. This is self-mastery work. I'm sick of this shit. I'm Nine of Wands, wounds, right? I'm acting from my wounded self, wounded state. You're like, no. What does that do? It just creates more confusion. Your healing work is now starting to take hold in your frequency where you're operating from a different vibration. And whatever you were challenged with and through lately, it's allowing you to recognize the ways that you are changing. I'm going through changes. I built my life around you. But time makes you older. God, I hear that song, but it's something you need to listen to that song because those lyrics are going to really apply to this reading. Yeah, there's changes. There's changes in the collective going on, and there are changes within you. And you can see that as wounding, or you can see it as growth. You're grounding in your own frequency, Leo. And I think you're trying to create stability through uncertainty. And you're doing a damn fine job. You're doing a damn fine job. Let's keep going. That's your opportunity, right? In your frequency this month. Now the challenge that wanted to be in reverse. Ooh. Devil in reverse. Your challenge is to come out of a unhealthy attachment. That's what this is representing. I just did Sag. You could be dealing with someone with Sagittarius placements. You could have Sagittarius placements, or this could really be applicable during Sag season, which we are marching right into right now. Scorpio to Sag season. Scorpio season, I'm coming out of a wounded state. I may not see things as clearly as I'd like, but I'm going to ground in my own frequency of stability and security in the life I'm creating for myself, mastering the law of attraction because I see it manifested around me. The challenge is accepting these changes, right? Coming out of any kind of unhealthy patterning or an unhealthy attachment. The devil in reverse, or unhealthy habits. I see you conquering something that maybe has had a hold of you for some time now. Trying to find clarity in why. The why. Yeah. The moon now. This Taurus full moon might be very, very shifty for you, where you're going to feel like some answers are going to come forward through what Spirit is sending you. Even this very reading might be like, oh my God, I got it. I get it. I see. Clarity. Could be around a King of Cups. Someone who's has water in their chart. You finding independence in a codependent pattern and healing that. Let's see though. That's a side note for some of you. Sun, sideways. Wow, we have duality here. Gosh, this is like midnight in the garden of good and evil over here, Leo. What's going on? I feel like, you know, those where was that? Six Flags? Remember that ride where you're in the big pirate ship and you're going, woo, woo, and you're in the middle and you feel like you're going to get sick? My mom loved that ride when I was growing up. And every time we went to Six Flags, I had to get on that freaking ship. And I did not want to be on that ship. What ship are you on, Leo? I'm laughing because you can't help but laugh at just life right now. Are all the tarot readers losing in it? Is anyone who's in divination, psychic, anything, anyone on the spiritual path, like, the world is going insane? This is the play of duality, you all. Light versus shadow. And you're seeing it in a connection. And the changes that are needed in order to release any kind of unhealthy patterning. Okay? This is also your light and shadow. Making the changes to make peace with those parts of you. So you no longer let the shadow dictate your actions, your words, and your beliefs. This is big. Big, big, big. Do you see this? I mean, can we talk about this for a second, Leo? 4 major arcana in your challenge for the second half of the month, Leo. Here you are, Leo, with the sun, looking at what is hidden in your, that needs changing right? So you can finally let go of some sort of toxic attachment once and for all, or a limited belief once and for all, or a toxic pattern once and for all, a way of engaging with the world once and for all. Some of you are looking at your shadow and you're saying, F you. You don't get to sit in the driver's seat anymore. Or you're looking at an engaging in a dynamic with somebody where it's time to really make some really sweeping changes, or it needs to end. Big change in whatever is in your support life system, like your home life. What is stressing you out in your home life that needs sweeping change? And what are you going to do about it? This is you at your breaking point here for some of you in a dynamic that you're trying to fight like hell to change the frequency. And what I see here is you are going to succeed. Whatever devil you're staring down, you're saying, you do not have power over me. I'm going to change my very frequency and rise above any undertow. It's either someone else's undertow or your own undertow, or the undertow of the two of you relating to one another. Or some of you, this is the undertow of sadness, of releasing uncertainty in the world right now. And it's hard. It's hard to be on the planet at this time. I think it's always hard. Our earthly life is hard, okay? It's as hard as we want it to be when we're operating from 3D consciousness. But it's freaking brilliant if you're in 5D. Because you can ride the waves. You literally have a surfboard, an energetic surfboard, and you can go anywhere you want on that surfboard. And that might be what you're achieving mastery over. Wait a minute. I can be in the 3D stuck, or I can go to 5D, drop into my heart frequency, and then elevate to 5D. And I can look at 3D and go, hi, I see you. But I'm up here on the surfboard, okay? I'm riding above it. This 3D is like being caught underneath the water, right? Then the pull of the moon, being pulled by the tides of uncertainty. 4D is, I'm at the surface. I'm still floating in the water, but I'm just kind of like swimming around, and whatever is coming around, I'm loving it. I'm accepting it. I'm in it. 5D is, I'm beyond the surf. I'm beyond being in the water, and I'm riding above it. That was kind of an interesting way of describing that, but I feel like that's you're swimming in all of this. We all are. That's why this major arcana is here, because the Leo nation is showing up in that sun energy and trying to bring consciousness to the collective. And what is that? We need to change. We need to recognize that we are creators. That whatever path of uncertainty we're walking on, it's not like we're walking down the plank, right? And we're about to go into the great abysmal abyss of, the end of the end. I'm not going to be a doomsdayer. I'm not going to fall prey to that. I'm rising above it. I'm staying in the higher timeline of love and light. It's basically, don't give away your power to any thought, thing, person, belief. The rest of this month, I don't know. I woke up in something this morning, y'all. Just bear with me. I'll get through it. If it's too much, I'm sorry. I really am. Oh, and what does this do? You're rising above abandonment. You're rising above scarcity. 5 of Pentacles over the 6 of Wands. You're rising above feeling wounded, and you're gaining wisdom. King of Swords, which you have and what you don't see coming. This is self-mastery, wisdom. Knowledge turns to wisdom in your life experiences. 10 of Wands, drop the sword, drop the wands so you can rise above whatever this is. You're rising above something. At the heart of this whole reading is love. The renewal of love, the vibration of love. We are love. When are we going to remember that again and again? The minute you drop into a fearful thought, you all, around anything, global or individual, love. Love, 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 love. Love. We are love. You drop into that, then you kick it up a notch. Love. And then what do you experience when you turn up love in your heart and you have that path of peace? Peaceful warrior. It's funny. My camera, for no reason, just decided to tilt just a little bit. The world's a little tilted right now. What are we going to do? It's okay. We can accept that, but we don't have to be tilted in it. Two of Cups underneath that and the Queen of Cups. Oh, you're turning up the love, and it changes everything. Drop the burden. I see you doing it. You're dropping the burden of recent experiences and allowing that to reinforce wounds of rejection, of not being good enough, feeling good enough, not feeling lovable, whatever is your trigger wound around abandonment. You're learning from it and you're rising above it. And you're becoming an empowered soul on the path. Emperor. With the Fool and the King of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's like I'm getting overall, because it's like you're toggling. You're toggling between rising above something and then falling prey out of fear to whatever scarcity is triggering, your scarcity mindset around love, abundance, security, stability, happiness and joy, love and light. You're rising above it, but there's still like you're going to be toggling. It's not an easy toggle, you all. We're all doing it as a collective. From fear to love, you all. And what do you need to do in order to rise above it all? You need to slow the energy down and focus on your self-care, okay? Because you are in a new beginning where you have the power of wisdom and displaying that wisdom and your own empowerment. Don't let your ego control outcomes. Don't let your ego override your own soul's knowing. Okay? You could have someone who has operated from ego around you, and you know that there won't be any victory in that if you mirror that back with this sun and moon. Okay? When they go low, you go high. All right? When they're acting from their own wounds, you don't respond in kind. Okay? There's a lot going on in the collective right now, you all. We're in the ring. I say step out of it. Step out of it. But that's just me. Death. 10 of Pentacles sideways. This is your advice. You need it. I feel like you need the advice right now. This is sideways as well. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is the hero of the deck. Like, here I come to save the day, right? Ain't nobody going to come and rescue anybody right now, right? We rescue ourselves. And when it comes to the long-term abundance, this is about you stepping into the law of attraction, knowing that you create your reality. And whatever it is that you want to invest in long-term, you do it. You do it. You're transforming something right now that's a little bit sideways that you have invested in heavily, all right? And I feel like if you want to know the actual truth here, your advice is to don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your long-term plan. Transform the energy. Something is going on in your family life, in your home life, and there's a lot of stress over maybe something ending. Some of this is being triggered by your abandonment wounds and fear of scarcity. You're looking down at this devil in your life, whatever it is. Some of you are moving past a situation that needs to come to an end. Some of you are letting go of somebody. Like, whatever it is that you are fighting the universe over around a person, place, or thing this month, Spirit is saying, you're going to move past it. Look at the bigger picture of your life, okay? You are an abundant whole being. Transform out of the lower frequencies, you all. That's not going to serve you on this timeline, okay? 4D, 5D is where we're headed, where we need to operate from. 3D, old story, old paradigm, old skin, old version, old, outdated. No more of that. So what does that require of us? It requires us to finally let go. Finally let go. Invest in the things that bring security, stability, abundance, safety. And push past the things that you feel like it's nothing but a fight. Let's get I'm going to get a spirit animal guide to help you through this. And then we're going to go into the clarifying oracle. Just want to get just one spirit animal guide to help you through this time of change. Powerful change. You will overcome it. You're going to feel days that you're not. Okay. But that's just because you're releasing some belief or an actual person from your life, whether by death or by an ending, a fated ending of some sort of maybe karmic contract. I'm hearing that these are all going to be pertinent, but the top one, this is first, second, third, we have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. You have the 10 of Pentacles for your advice. Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. And Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. So those are pertinent as well for any of you who have these decks. I suggest you read those on your own time. We're going to read number 10. Ooh, this is a long one. Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. What I tell you about the law of attraction. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts. The meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is always plenty to go around, whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support. It's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There's always more than enough, and you are always enough. At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers, even before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good. So offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. Yeah. There is some sort of frequency shift going on. And you believing in an abundant universe despite recent challenges and overcoming patterning of scarcity, Leo, because of some sort of ending that is being triggered. Breakthrough. Navigate life's many twists and turns with elegance and resilience. Something about your inner child is really coming forward here during this time. There's a magical new opportunity coming. It's almost like you didn't get victory in one aspect of your life, but you're getting victory in another. That's what it feels like. And two things can be true at the same time. Worthy goal. Get out and be inspired to keep working toward your life purpose. Maybe that's what's shifting. Your life purpose is really being activated, but there's something going on that you're releasing in your personal life. Let's get the last one. There's one more. Yep, here it is. Labyrinth of choices. Chart your course through the perplexing labyrinth of choices, embracing each turn as part of your complex journey. All right, Leo, this was a complicated reading, but we're living in complicated times. Keep nourishing, right, the soil of your own abundance as people are crossing the rainbow bridge physically and non-physically in your life to help inspire you to be your best self, okay? Namaste.